think we are good to go live, I believe. Let me know if there's any massive issues happening, but I think we are live right now. Live now, yeah. Hello, 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 guys. People are coming in. If you're wondering, yes, I am still alive. Right, I did just leave it that 10 minutes just to let this catch up, because my phone takes just a few minutes to ping whatever towers are in and around here. But let me chuck a few things up. I hope that you guys are doing well, looking after yourselves. Oh, I can't spell. Right, so the reason I am live later, and also probably not full of shrapnel at the moment, is actually because I had an interview with a really high-end Special Forces guy, which is fucking a really good interview. Sorry, just working video. So, yeah, I was meant to be out here earlier, but then I had some a really exclusive interview with an SF guy from a very elite counter-terror unit on the ground operating both then and now. So then I started the stream later, but in turn that also meant then I missed that rocket by about 10 bloody minutes. The rocket didn't fall too long ago. It was maybe an hour ago it actually fell, but I was on the way here, so I spent a bit of time just stuffing around, you know, sussing out what was what and getting things all sorted. But I think we're not going to have too many issues in the beginning of this stream yet. All we've got is this was a bit right. Let's zoom out just a smidgen. Up that, right. This is pretty bloody good, I reckon. I'm not looking at the chat for a minute. I just need to set up the last couple of little bits and pieces, bits and bobs. But eventful day today, and we will talk a little bit more on this. Right, so after the missile attacked right where all the press is, Israel definitely upped its attacks back. We see a little bit more last couple of nights, and I will endeavour to get back to the other spot, but there's just a few cars that got as whacked with that rocket that are currently in the way. I'm not sure if they're going to move them or not. I'm not sure. 4-inch bit of shrapnel thrown through the car. It's actually unbelievable. From where everyone is, I cannot believe, and my other friends who were here cannot believe no one was whacked in that. So, right, this should be running good to go. Bad sound. Don't know why it's bad sound. My mic is crapping out. Oh, that's always fun times, isn't it? I wouldn't be surprised if one of these mics has had some damage. Let me swap these and I'll have a look. I think a lot of my problem is because there's a large ECM environment here, EW, electronic warfare environment, that it doesn't like the wireless microphones very much. I think they're getting jammed somewhat just on that frequency. Is that better now or worse? Better now? Right. It might just be one of these cables. There's a bit. That is 99% of audio issues is always cable. Better, much better. Righto. That is. Glad you guys have better audio on the other end. So for those checking in, I was on the way here from an interview with some elite special forces guys, and guy was really good. But I was getting one of my mates hit me up on the way. He's like, "Where are you? Are you all good?" And I'm like, "Yeah, what's going on?" He's like, the guys at the kindergarten just got whacked by a missile. Thank God no casualties, which is unbelievable considering the amount of shrapnel and the amount of people that were there. Can't believe that caused nothing. A couple of cars taken out, but that was it. So we're just going to hold off from that spot for a little bit. But because of that, Israel has upped its attacks. So we have seen some fairly heavy bombing, pretty much just as I was putting the live up, so we might see. But if you go onto my either Telegram or my community tab here, you will see the photographs of that. But yeah, I'm all good. All good. Slightly different location, but all good. We didn't get whacked by said missile. Right, so right now it's pretty quiet, but there was a lot going on just before. So I guess we will see, eh? I do have a variety of different snacks tonight. No, not really a variety. But I did get to the shops today, so that was bloody good. Managed to get a little bit more time, sort of. Hopefully this microphone stays alright if I move just slightly. Into my camp chair position. Might keep the helmet close actually. So basically, some of the big things of today, Hezbollah was doing like a bloody press conference. Nothing dramatic came of that, just some threats and whatever of escalation, but nothing way out there. Mark Clothius, thank you for the PayPal, mate. Keep up the good work, fella. Thank you, Marky Mark. Appreciate that. Anyways, shit. Someone did ask before, and I did take note of your message, but it was 5 minutes ago. You asked if the Iron Dome was inactive here because it's been evacuated. I have heard that rumour also, but I've also seen it engage missiles, so I don't know. I believe it is still active. But everyone had about apparently under 10 seconds between the alarm and it hitting, which a lot of journos I was talking to were like, they're lucky they didn't attempt to run for the shelter because it hit right next to the shelter, and if they were running to the shelter, probably would have copped shrapnel. So a lot of them are saying they were lucky they didn't actually attempt to make it to the shelter. Mr. Dot says, Willy, I'm checking some Telegram videos, photos from Gaza when injured, killed kids. I don't know what I should think about the Israeli strike. Looks inhumane. I don't know which one that you're talking about. I don't know the specific video. But yeah, there are a lot of videos coming out that are pretty hectic within Gaza from strikes and whatever as well. But also remember too that there has been some attacks claimed to be IDF strikes that weren't. There were things like Hamas vehicle-borne IEDs and things too. But, you know, it is horrible. And like I've said multiple times, I think a lot of the bombing stuff that's happened in Gaza is to the point of inhumane with the amount of civilian casualties. But as we know, 3 weeks the civilians were given, basically 3 weeks, to move from north to south. Hamas stopped some civilians moving north to south and trapped them in using their civilians as hostages as well. Oh shit, dropped my phone. Yes. Oh yeah. So Shabbat Shalom from Israel, from the south of Israel, looking into the northeastern corner of Gaza. Oh, fucking mosquitoes are so bad. We're back up in the drone position, yes. But I don't really want to be where all the media is dicking around at the moment, trying to film where the strike was. We will move back there at some point, and I'll stay very close to the shelter, but we'll just give it a couple of hours and we'll move back there. But as you guys know, I did do an interview just before coming here. It was a masked interview, like anonymous interview, with a senior member of one of the elite special units here, who was the first ones on the ground as well. Multiple raids, all this. So very interesting interview, talking about the feelings towards Palestine as well as some ins and outs of what was going down on the day and since as well. So Kelly says, thank you for everything you're doing and sacrifice you are making to get the information out about what's truly going on over there. Hopefully you can put this towards a nice date night with Lily when you get back home. Thank you, Kelly. I will put that towards a date night with Lil. Hopefully in a week from today, Lily and I will be able to do that date night. Did Battles and Beers get their hours? I am unsure. Let me message him. I know the analytics for him will be 24 hours behind. I'll ask her right now. So guys, as well, big news of the day was I actually ate a somewhat normal-ish meal. I had about 20 minutes free, so I managed to run to the shops before Shabbat, which is when everything closes at 1500. I grabbed a bag of ravioli, cooked that, and had that with some sauce. That was it was still not a healthy meal. It was the most normal meal I've had in a lot of time. So that is good to go. Right, so we are seeing strikes in the distance as well as those lights back on. Where can we see the interview? Well, it's still on my camera now, so it's I haven't edited it or anything yet. But the interview will be with all my other interviews on this YouTube channel as well. So remember to make sure you subscribe as well if you're here, so you can actually see those interviews as they come through. As well, make sure you like this video as well to get push us up the bloody up the list of videos. Now, someone said, did you see the Indian woman reporter again? Well, the one, if you remember in the beginning of the video, was yelling into my microphone. Actually, I was trying to park the car before, and their crew was standing in the way of where I was trying to park, and I was like, what are you doing? Like, inching forward, and they literally they weren't even filming or anything, they just stood there. So yeah, so it is all happening as well. Peter Park, thank you, brother. I really appreciate that for a hot dog. Thank you. So we're going to go over some news and whatever today. We're going to do a bit of everything, guys. I need to just send a message to someone else. So not as eventful today as we thought that it potentially could have been, although still fairly. Shit. LR Mahans has been watching some of your other videos on your channel and love them. Here's something to add to your date night with Lil. You both deserve good meal and cocktails. Cheers, mate, from the Hancock family. Hancock family, I hope that you are doing well. Thank you very, very much for that, as well as Sabrina. I appreciate that. Right. So, I don't know if this video is demonetized or monetized. Let me actually double check before we get into the news. I just wanted to get some people in here first. It does take a good 15-20 minutes to almost fell over, to sort of get the stream out to whoever's going to actually watch it, and we will go from there. How do I check this? No, stream has been demonetized already, so if you're getting an ad, that money does not go to me, that goes to YouTube. I apologise for the inconvenience. Yeah, it's inconveniencing both of us, but the dorks in Silicon Valley will love it. But I hope you guys are doing well. I do have, as well, I did buy 2 Red Bull no sugars today, as well as a pack of Doritos and salsa. So we're going to have some chips and fucking dip while we are streaming tonight. So it is all happening. It's a lot more quieter than bloody just before, like just as I was setting up the camera, it was a lot of bangs, and it's just quieted down. So I imagine it's probably going to pick up again very soon. Right. Willie, don't forget super chats. No, I haven't. I've got all the super chats so far. Do you get the super chats? No, I do get the super chats, I believe. Just need to write a couple of emails, I'm sorry. Well, not emails, messages to some people. Right. Let's have a look at my notes of today that I've got written down. So I do take notes throughout the day of events that I'd like to do. The IDF put up a video of one of their 669 units rescuing wounded as well in Gaza by choppers and other operations, like elite medics. So that gives you a good idea of how things actually had been going down as well. Let's see what the IDF just put up. So as well, hostages has actually lifted again. As we know, there's a lot of people missing, and they're getting confirmed as hostages, but they're still missing as well. So they put up just a reminder, 27 days have passed since October the 7th. 242 hostages are in Gaza, 30 of which are children. 8,000 rockets have been fired at Israel. 300 rockets are fired at Israel every day, on average. 250,000 Israeli civilians have been evacuated from their house. But things up in the north apparently are a lot quieter than they have been over the past couple of days as well. And thank you, Daniel Anderson. You became the first Mini Willy member of day. So you are hearing a lot of that outgoing artillery also. Nick needs 1,000 more hours, for those wondering. It was Jorge or George, however you pronounce that. Thank you for becoming Mini Willy, as well as Michael Lighter. Right, let's have a look at what people are saying. So, right, people were asking before about the attack on the hospital in Gaza. So let's have a look at what Ozint said. He said Israeli defense officials have stated that the airstrike earlier today on a group of ambulances near the Al-Shifa hospital in northern Gaza was conducted following intelligence that Hamas fighters were using these specific ambulances as mobile transports to shield themselves from IDF strikes. However, Palestinian sources are claiming that the strike caused the death of 40 civilians and that the ambulances were being used to transport several Palestinians to higher medical care in Egypt, despite the fact that it is impossible, considering Gaza City is currently besieged from the south and they would not have been reached the Rafah border crossing. Right, so this gives us a fair bit of this in here. So Israel is saying that these ambulances that were hit were being used by Hamas. As we know, Hamas does use their own civilians as basically shields, as hostages, keeping them in the north. Where then Palestinian sources, Hamas sources, are saying that they were being used to transport Palestinians to Egypt, although because this is in the north, that would actually be an impossible drive through. So, as we know, the first casualty of war is the truth, and it's very difficult to see what is actually happening, what actually happened there. But again, we know that civilians will be caught up in this stuff, and that it is horrible every time that does occur. Now, Stefan Calderwood, thank you very much. I really appreciate it for tomorrow's munchies. Appreciate that. I will up the ISO just in a minute. Just let me have a look over some of this. So, like we said, what we're really expecting from Hezbollah, their leader, he was doing his speech today and we thought, fuck, this could go hectic, but it really wasn't. There was a few threats towards like the US and Israel, and some sort of pushing at escalation, but nothing officially being declared. But also claimed that they had nothing to do with helping Hamas organise the attack on the 7th, which we know that Hezbollah is basically a proxy of Iran, or is a proxy of Iran, and then Hamas is basically then a sort of contractor out from there. I did a video with a senior officer about how that link actually all aligns in there also. Thomas Dixon, get YouTube's demoney policy, but it's poorly thought out. Hope this helps you in the Pringles a little bit longer. Thanks for the work you do. Thank you, Tomo. Appreciate that. As well, someone else became a member. Valley Tunes, thank you. So, guys, if you're new here, yes, the other spot was hit by a rocket only like 10-15 minutes before I was rocking up. I was driving here as some of my contacts were ringing me, seeing if I'm alright. I was like, why would I not be? I put some photos of that in Telegram and on my YouTube community tab of where that actually hit. So if I didn't run to the shelter, I would have been whacked. So you guys, this shows you that, I know I'm just sitting here talking shit, but there is a legitimate threat here. That, if I was standing in that spot 15 minutes earlier and didn't run to the shelter, apparently had about 10 seconds between the alarm and the shelter, and getting somewhere, that would have ended up poorly. So that does show that there is real threat of being out here, although sometimes it may seem that there isn't any. Right, Jolene, are there any relief efforts coming in behind the front lines for Gaza residents stuck there? Jolene, I'm not really sure, but at the moment I wouldn't really... I think there will be eventually, but not now. It's really besieged. That it is a military operation, not a humanitarian one. At this point, that what they're saying is, well, humanitarian stuff is being delivered into the south. We're talking tens and tens of trucks going into the south, and we gave you more than 3 weeks to move south. And I don't think there's much excuse for not moving south. I know the Hamas did, stop people moving and whatever, but it was also 3 weeks. You could have walked on the sand there in a day. Is it you filming the footage we see right now? Yes, I'm sitting behind the camera now. Getting eaten by bloody mosquitoes. Louis B, thank you, bro. Are they drones or stars? What you're seeing are, I believe, stars. If you're seeing the same ones I'm looking at. I can't see any drones in the air in my naked eye. Rental was not sorted. They were closed. I rang them this morning first thing, and they're closed all day Friday, apparently. So I'm going to try and ring them tomorrow. So I'm currently stolen the Avis rental car. We'll see. Rob Kennard, stock up on Pringles. Thank you, brother. Fugu says, what do you think about crypto, Bitcoin, Ethereum? I think it's all a scam. Sorry, Fugu. I think we'll look back at this crypto NFT shit as a scam. Everyone I know in crypto tells me, 6 more months. And that was 10 years ago. I don't know. I can see the potential in it, but the potential to scam and all the shit that's happened is too much. So confirmed as well that 57 Hezbollah fighters been killed. Something else that I do find interesting is a lot of the casualty figures I'm hearing off certain contacts are a lot higher than we're hearing about the IDF also. Right, so the IDF has just put up a statement about that ambulance and has said a Hamas terrorist cell was identified using an ambulance. In response, an IDF aircraft struck and neutralised Hamas terrorists who were operating within the ambulance. We emphasise that this area in Gaza is a war zone. Civilians are repeatedly called upon to evacuate southward for their own security. But I was correct in what I did say about that in front of us, the IDF has moved forward through a position, and that has Hamas still has tunnels popping up behind them there. It's not that they're overstretched. It's more so that those tunnels are just so hard to identify and actually pull out from there. So they are having like rear contact as well. Thank you, Jolene, for becoming an average Willy member. Right. Lauren Movac, thank you very much. Oh, Lauren, you've put me in the bloody hot seat. Lauren says, my ultimate goal is to help buy Lily's engagement ring. Thank you, Jolene. I really, really appreciate it. Cheers. As well as Sean Owen. Brother, Sean, mate, yes. Sean is the one we gave all the wins to because sadly one of his scans showed up a little bit bad yesterday for cancer, but he does say that I'm planning on kicking cancer's ass. So good job, Shauno. Oh my god, I'm getting eaten alive by mosquitoes out here. I should have worn jeans. I'm wearing shorts because I washed my jeans today. What other news have we got? I think, yeah, this brings up a good point about the gruesome footage from the ambulance attack showing civilian casualties. But even though Hamas uses cynical tactics, Israel should refrain from conducting such attacks when there's non-combatants nearby. It is hard with all of this as seeing what is collateral damage, what is acceptable. They're not. Trey did put up a thing too on his Twitter about It's by chance that no journalists were injured or killed. A rocket just landed a few feet away where dozens of reporters were working tonight. So, yeah, it does show how close that rocket landed next to where we have been live streaming. Nick Groschwell. Thank you, brother, for a normal meal. Cheers, mate. Appreciate that. Oh, shit. Mary, engagement fund. Stay safe. Thank you, Mary. You're going to get me in trouble. As well, Doug Paul. Friday isn't complete without a little Willy in my ear. Exactly. Fugu said, any piece of military hardware impressed you lately? Bit of hardware that's impressed me. Sponge bomb's pretty cool. I think one of the bigger pieces of military hardware that has actually impressed me is the Ukrainian Sea Baby drone boat, like the sea boat thing, like the kamikaze drone in the water. That it has a really leveled close range for battleships as well. But I'll have a think on that and see. Louis B, thank you, brother. I really appreciate that, mate. Right, so the IDF spokesman, Rear Admiral, has said Iran continues to carry out subversive activities and pushes proxies with Iranian weaponry, just like in Ukraine, Yemen, and Iraq. And as we know, that Iran does use proxies such as Hezbollah for this, and you could even count Hamas in that as well. As we know, if you've watched one of my videos 5 or 6 videos ago, someone did send me some stuff about North Korean and Iranian weapons being found in Israel from Hamas also. Sean Carey says, appreciate your dedication, stay safe. Thank you, mate. As well as Philip has also said, for the Pringles fun. Shit. As well as William. Say, Andy and Debbie, thank you for the safety. Alright. I'm missing all of these. I'm sorry, guys. Pringles fun, Danny, thank you. As well as Chips Fishing Adventures, just for you, friend. Really hope see you on Speak the Truth again. You and Rob May's good show. Yeah, maybe, bro. We'll see. But someone says, this rate you can stay in the month. Yeah, dudes. You do not need to donate. It's fine. Did you catch Blinken? No, I didn't, and I actually don't know what Blinken has even said. I haven't seen it reported bloody anyway. Let me have a look at that. We thought today, guys, was going to be all bloody guns blazing with Blinken here, with Hezbollah, with Iran, whatever, but it seemed to fizzle a bit. Oh my god, I need to stop. I need to stop yawning. That's going to kill me. So, Blinken calls for more Gaza aid. Netanyahu, of course, Prime Minister of Israel, says no ceasefire without return of Israelis abducted. Which I understand. Like, unless you return the hostages, I'm not giving you a ceasefire. I understand that. But Blinken has, said again that it is important that everything is to be done to protect innocent civilians as well. It does seem like Hezbollah sort of left Hamas out to dry a little bit, because they were like, no, what happened on the 7th was 100% you guys, nothing to do with us. Sorry if I'm missing anything off the chat. Whoop, Lord Alathan. Greetings from Kodiak, Alaska here for the Pringles Fund. Stay safe. Good stream you have. Thank you, Lord Alathan. I really want to come to Alaska. That's on my bucket list of places to visit just as a tourist. Right. So. It does seem like it is picking up just a little bit. I am still active in the chat. Also, who last night told me to get in contact with Mr. Shane Gillis? I sent Mr. Shane Gillis a DM, and he replied to me, and we now follow each other. Oh, that's my car beeping. I'm going to fix this. Also, update on the car. Didn't manage to get onto them to extend the bloody trip. That should be alright. But it has had a check engine light come up. So hopefully I can call them tomorrow and be like, the fuck? Gives a new car. Anyway, Shanbo, fucking great to hear you're well, knackers. Thank you, bro. Jessica from Manchester. Hope you're doing well also. Alright, so we are seeing all of this pick up, and you'll start hearing those come through also. Sounds like it needs oil. Yeah, it does sound like it needs oil, but I'm taking rental car, not my responsibility. If this was my car, I'd be checking. Right. Willy, are you able to check some content I found on a news outlet, CBN News? Looks very similar to you, so I'm just checking with you. Potentially, I don't know what CBN are doing. Greg, oh Greg, for God's sake. Greg says, chipping in on the engagement ring. Thank you, Willy. Thank you, bro. Hope you're doing well. From Julie, Greg from Michigan, thank you very much. Stop chipping in on the engagement ring, guys. You're going to get me in trouble. I'm sure that you guys are all my mum. When do I think the interview from today will be online? I've got 2 more that are going to go up before it, so it's probably going to be 3 or 4 days. But it was trust me, it was a fucking good one. He's there in like a camouflage balaclava. Yeah, really legit too, talking about like some realistic thoughts towards Palestine and Hamas. And this guy's been Special Forces counter-terror for a long time. Very senior, done fucking everything. There was guys who were telling me like, you are unbelievably lucky to have interviewed him. So yeah, it'll be online soon, Zipporah, thank you. As well as Dan Morgan. Told you Shane's a real one. You are correct, Danny. until I get some real food. Well, I ate some pasta today. What felt like amazing, but it wasn't. It was just pasta. Check the oil unless you ever ride out of there on Shabbat. No taxis, no Uber, and Jews don't drive on Shabbat. That is very true, Troy. Troy, I've got some mates though who are in and around this area who will help me out if I really need help. But yes, thank you, Troy, mate. Appreciate that. God, Enoch, future baby fund. Seems a bit odd that no other Muslim country wants Palestine refugees. It's almost like Palestinians are mostly Hamas. Yeah, Enoch, I think, people should be throwing a bit more shade at some of the other Muslim nations about, like, you're condemning Israel, but you're doing nothing to help the refugees in Gaza either. Sean Morgan, barbecue Pringles because of the stream. Thank you, Sean, mate. I hope you and your wife are very, very well. Someone just messaged me who's very close to me, just goes, I love how every white liberal girl back here has made this war their identity for the last few weeks, all to forget it. Incredibly true. Right, we are seeing more strikes kick up. Thomas Fleming, chipping in for the honeymoon. Stop it. Here's the stay single fund, friend. Never blow a great relationship by getting married, trust me. Thank you, my military mind, as well as Robbo Bertram. I want to see some super chats from Lily, your mum and dad and your brother and your mates back home. It seems like we're the only ones who care about you. Kind of sad, really. Phew, Jesus, Rob. No, it's just my mates and family. They don't need to super chat or whatever. They're just my mates and family. They're not a... No, it's not sad at all. Jane, for something to bring comfort to your day, the choice is yours. Best wishes from Scotland. Thank you, Jane. We have a lot of Scottish in the chat. Did Willy almost get blown up today? No, I didn't. I didn't. A lot of other reporters almost did, though. The spot where we were got hit by a missile probably maximum 10 metres from where I normally live stream from. So I was lucky I was out doing an interview. Danny says, this is for a VB. Okay, mate. As well as Pippa. I'm up for another marathon stream, Willy. Are you? Pippa, if you're lucky, guys, we will do another marathon stream. Mark's engagement fund. Thanks for reporting. Make it safely back to that last. Thank you, Mark. You remember, guys, the best way to donate is PayPal, because YouTube do take 30% of these, but I appreciate them. You don't need to donate, guys. You do not need to. Leo Engelston, just because you said stop it, here's money for your wedding honeymoon fund. Guys, we're trying to report on war, and you're donating for me to get married. LA Captain, great to see you back on Willy. Hope you got some rest. I actually did get some all-right rest last night. All-right. It wasn't great, but it was better than a lot of other nights. So as you can probably tell, I'm feeling a little bit better. I had some sort of knockoff brand energy drink before, what made me piss like a racehorse, but I'm feeling a little bit better. Oh my God, stop donating, guys. Antonio says, I've got a feeling H is going to hit a lot harder than people think and cause lots of pain. Going to have to adapt fast to this new reality. I think you could be right, Antonio. I think Hamas does have a lot left as well. Just DS Nurk, thank you, brother. as well as reality wins. Willy, we appreciate you putting your life on the line. This is for you, and you get water, snacks, and pop, but not a Red Bull. Okay, thank you, brother. Crazy Cajun. And when you flush the water around the tub, which direction does the water spin, clockwise or counterclockwise? Most countries around the world, other than like America, it doesn't spin. It just sort of goes straight. Get a Dorito up ya. Okay, thank you, Jacob. Fuck. LA captain became a Willy member. Someone said the time. The time is 21:04, so 9:05 on the 3rd of November. Shazabeh says, for your don't get married fund, leave him alone. If he wants to get married, let it be on his terms, people. Thank you, Shazza. No, it's alright, I'm just taking the piss. PSO says, Willy, this is for you to buy some white monster on the flight home. Don't stay too long there. Risk increase of exposure and time spent. Send your resume to PBS Frontline. Potentially. I think this is going to get worse and worse quickly. Willy, thank you for being there 24 days. I haven't been here 24 days. I don't know how long I've actually been here for now. A couple of weeks? No idea. When are you going home? Well, I was meant to be home pretty much right now. Like I'd still be in the air, but I'd be landing in about 2 or 3 hours. But you guys helped me extend my trip another week. So because you guys, I'm staying another week, which that's not a dig at you guys, because you guys financially supported me and gave me enough support to stay another week. I'll be staying another week here. Right. Sorry, I'm messaging a few guys, helping out a few guys with some logistical shit. So I'm sort of in between the chat here and there. You want a mini Willy badge? You can get a mini Willy badge. Sean Owen, Mega Willy. Thank you, Sean. Something I messaged Nick, and I should have sent that photo of like, dude, this missile hit right where you and I were standing, and he made a good point. He's like, imagine if they had something that wasn't homemade. Like, imagine if that was some like grad launcher or proper missile. How much worse of a situation that would be. So yeah, I think everyone's very lucky this side that Hamas has basically homemade shit. Paddy says, Willy, beauty. Close to crossing paths with you at Brussels Airport last year on the way back to Ukraine. Still owe you a beer, kidder. Take it easy. Bro, bloody, I think I remember your message about that. We should have crossed paths. That would have been epic because I got lost as fuck in the Brussels Airport. Nick is doing well. Florida Infidel, thank you. Mini Willy member. Love you, Willy. Hope you're doing well. I hope that you were doing well. Oh, actually, guys, yes. As I was driving in here this afternoon, I did see the Fox. So we know the Fox, most importantly, the Fox survived the missile. It's not a jackal. We're pretty sure it's a sand fox. Pretty sure. You are hearing artillery fire. Now, a dingo is different to a fox. But what happened to the other media lookout that got bombed? There's still media there, but it got fucking hit by a missile. Thank God no one's dead, because people. What we'll do, guys, give it a few hours, give it a couple of hours. I just want to see if that is going to be double tapped, like re-struck, if any missiles strike there again. But give me maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours. We'll actually go to the other spot. And I will show you. I'll show you where the missile hit, and I'll show you the shrapnel and whatever. I'll show you around that. It was, of course, a Hamas missile. Trey said 100 feet. Yeah, it would have been 100 feet from Trey. Oh, it could have been less than 100 feet from Trey. Yeah, probably 100 feet. But I cannot believe people are actually fucking alive from that. I cannot believe it. I wasn't close to Trey. I was actually driving here because I was interviewing a Special Forces guy, like a very elite Special Forces guy, just in somewhere called Netivot, which is 25 minutes, 20, maybe 30 minutes down the road from here. Probably less, actually, but some of the roads are closed. And just as I got in the car from that interview, a few guys I know hit me up to see if I was all right, which is nice. And they were like, "You fucking alive?" And I was like, "Why wouldn't I be?" And they're like, "Oh, this just happened." So yeah, it was the spot with the fence, right behind. Right, I'll show you guys in a second. It means you have to stay on. Joseph Yoda, thank you guys for the PayPal. Thank you guys. You seriously don't need to donate, but you guys have been amazing tonight with that. That helps me a lot. Morning, Matty from Melbourne. Mate, it must be very early in Melbourne. Willie, why aren't you YouTube monetized? My account is monetized, but these videos are demonetized. I don't really know why, but they just, they don't like them. So, yeah. Why are you grunting so much? I think it's because I'm sat awkwardly in my chair and my body armor is pushing on me. Anyway. Trey did a video. Yes, I saw Trey's video of the aftermath. No one was hurt from the fence blast, which is unbelievable that didn't happen because there's shrapnel everywhere. Heaps of people's cars would hit. And normally a lot of journos and stuff are sitting in cars or doing whatever. So it's unbelievable that I cannot believe no one was seriously injured. Do you look at your emails? No, I don't. I'll look at them later on, but yeah. Trey's video will be on his Twitter page, Trey Yinkst. Deborah Moonsey. Thank you, Deb. I'm going to have a shit ton of emails. Yes, I will. I will have hundreds, if not thousands of emails, but that is okay. It'll give me something to do at the bloody airport. I think I have a 4 or 5 hour layover in Qatar. And I hate sleeping at airports. So I'll do that while I'm sleeping there. And because I've flown so much this year, I can go to the fucking Qatar lounge. So I'll be trying to find whatever good, decent food they've got in there and replying to all your emails. I'm fairly sure that CNN was live when the blast came in, I think. How's Arvi doing? Arvi left about this time last week. Ooh. So Mark Batchelor, everyone is proud of you, mate. Thank you, Mark. Appreciate that, brother. Cam crews hit? No camera crews or journalists were hit, which is absolutely remarkable considering what actually happened. Unbelievable. When I went there and saw where it hit, I was like, how did no one get hit in this? I think some people are very lucky. I think some camera crews, maybe not. I think a lot of those crews seriously believe that their body armor will actually do anything against a direct hit. Oh god, I just got really cold. Damn. Okay, the view looks... What are we looking at? Oh, you've got a pretty wide angle there. Right. I'm just going to make sure everything's turned off inside the car. My mic might just cut because I'm going a little bit away. Dude, I tell you, buying an inverter has made these streams a million times better. Jesus. Right. Turn everything off. That sounds good to me. Degrees. My car says it's 24 degrees, but I'm fucking freezing. Of course I wore shorts and t-shirt. news has been saying there is US drones in the air. Could that have been US last night? No, it was. It's a too close range one. Like what the drone that came down on top of me last night was a quad rotor, like a little quadcopter DJI thing. And I don't believe the US would have. Well, I no, they would have it, but like, I think it would just be more soldiers around here looking for whatever. Would you be able to use a drone at low altitude? Absolutely not. No, I don't know. I get a lot of people like, oh, get a drone, fly over there. It's like, I don't. Yeah, they don't really know how like electronic warfare environments work, and targeting, like within a second they can pin your location. And if you put up a drone, I reckon if you even started a DJI drone anywhere near here at the moment, you would have cops on your position in a second, if not a fucking bomb. Anything that connects GPS like that is super. Well, it'll get an exact grid location. Especially DJI drones being Chinese, a little bit sus on some things occasionally. Yeah, Ukraine has made a lot of people think very, very differently about drones. Press definitely use drones, but in the environments we're seeing currently, drones can't be used. Like you really can't use drones in Ukraine as press. Like the risk is very high. I've used it a few times in some areas which were like blown out off the front line, but near there, not really. As well as environment like this, no. So theoretically, a drone would be the best thing for press ever, but not these days. Drones, Ukraine-Russia war has changed the legalities around drones, and our drones will be seen for the rest of time ever. I wouldn't be surprised if we just seen like Australia, like a blanket ban on Chinese-made DJI drones. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw that at all. A drone is far more dangerous weapon than a bloody shotgun. Far more dangerous. And look at what it takes to get a shotgun. Guys, hit like. 3,100 of you and 1,900 likes. Let's pump them numbers up. God, I'm going to have to sit in the car, I think. What's up?
Today's not going to be quiet, man.
Not going to be quiet?
Huh?
Not going to be?
No.
Why is that?
Today it's like they need to...
Oh, incoming?
No, it's not here.
Not to here?
No. Oh, wait.
Yeah. So that wasn't at us, but I think everyone here, well, look, it's just me out here and that random dude, but I think every journalist out in this sort of region is a little bit more on edge about the incoming currently, because it became awful real for a lot of people that, oh shit, it can actually land on top of your head. But we did just see from left the screen some incoming onto, I believe those are in the direction of Ashdod. Oh, that is, I believe, sound of, what's it called? Iron Dome engaging. Gazzy B, getting colder in the UK, so looking forward to Willy's wanker group, Too Dumb to Die hoodie. Turning up next week, loving the stream and hanging out with everyone. Great banter. Thank you, bro. Appreciate that. Tracer, there's less than 10 seconds to react upon cover. Yes. When it went down, you had like 10 seconds to get in cover, and that's why it's amazing that no one died. And many are actually saying the most dangerous people who were in the most danger were the ones who tried to run to the bunker, because it hit right on the side of the bunker. If you were trying to run to the bunker, it would have got you. So they're lucky some people took cover in other spots. Which is always a bit backwards thinking, but that's how it goes sometimes out somewhere like this. That was my old location. Yeah, where the rocket hit today was my location we were at for 11 hours last night and all the days prior to that. So we will go back there a little bit later on, but we've just changed locations quickly. We just quickly changed our location. I just want to see things. Well, one, it was still busy there, so we'll go there in an hour or so, and we will change. Your reporting is greatly appreciated. Thank you, Miss Lisa. Sorry, guys, I'm just on my phone signal chatting because there's a couple of guys who've just flown into the country and just asking me for some like tips and tricks or whatever. So I'm just trying to help them out a little bit too with what I can. But they look like they're going to be doing pretty well. I think I'll have my dinner soon-ish. Red alert, Tel Aviv. Right, so in that direction. Yeah, so when we go back there, I want to go back to the other spot, guys. I will show you where I'll pack up the stream. Like, we'll just have 2 minutes in the car, black screen, and then we will, and then I'll show you the spot. I'll show you where it hit. I'll show you the shrapnel damage, whatever else I can as well. No, this is just another guy. He's only just contacted me. Just some other. I didn't actually know him before. Someone gave me my number. It was like, Willy's out where you want to go. So, really nice guy though. Right. That is me opening corn chips. Yes, I'm staying another week. I'm meant to be landing back home, I don't know, in about 2 or 3 hours. So I'm meant to be sort of coming on the last leg of my trip now. Like last leg of the flight. Oh, Wildcat, gift membership, thank you. People will appreciate that. So yeah, I'm meant to be like sort of having my breakfast on the plane right now. But because of you guys, I have extended another week. You guys made it financially doable, which I appreciate, and I think we've probably broken even. I think this stream and last night's we've broken even, or will be very close to it. So thank you guys very much for that. Salsa and these chips is a better dinner than I've had just Pringles. I needed to have something that could stay in the car all day in the hot car and be edible today. I have to close to you for the front. Is it dangerous where you're sitting right now? So, the actual front line's probably a couple of kilometres. We're under a kilometre of fence. I'll just tell you how dangerous it is. Like, most of the time here it's completely safe. Like, but, you know, people will say in the beginning of this chat, a missile dropped. Like, where we were streaming from yesterday, a missile hit right there. Like, right there. I'll show you that location in a bit. That's where I've moved location. So when you say, is it safe? Well, missiles are still being like actively targeting the area we are in. So, yeah, it's relative. I'm just lucky that their missiles are so shit. When will you come to Abu Dhabi? I don't know. I fly through Dubai a lot. I've been to Abu Dhabi before. I could maybe pop down there at some point. Bruce Warren, thank you, mate, in the PayPal. And yes, I absolutely get what you're talking about. The wedding I'm going to is, I believe, next, not this Tuesday, but next. So if I fly back next Friday, I'll still make it. I'm not going to stream someone else's wedding. Spicy boy, thank you very much, mate. Yeah, I'm eating chips. I have no idea what type they are. Well, I don't know the brand, but they're corn chips. What are Hamas rockets made up of? Well, they're basically homemade, and some of them are made of the water pipes that were installed by a humanitarian effort to install water pipes to Gaza, and they dug them up and made bombs out of them. The free membership is completely random. My buddy with the YouTube hours, he's about 1,000 away, but I don't think that he is. He said to me he's 1,000 away, but it's not that he's lying. YouTube analytics is about 24 hours behind, so I think it'll catch up tomorrow. Will I go back to Israel after the wedding? Potentially. I think if my accreditation comes through, which I'm surprised it hasn't by all the people that have been reaching out personally for me. Some big names have been vouching for me, so that's annoying. And access and stuff, like if they're in Gaza by then, like journalists will let in, I'll 100% come back, but we'll just see. I have no update on the hospital as far as the power being on, sorry. The two lights in the sky, probably just stars, unless they're moving. Trying to think if I have one of my Red Bulls early or late. Problem is, if I have it late, then I might not sleep, depending what time we stream until. I do have to check the battery in a second. Thanks for reminding me. Willie, did you find out who buzzed you with the drone? No, I don't. I was hoping the IDF had posted a video being like, look at this guy run, but I'm unsure. It'd be good if like the IDF could somehow show that it was their drone with flashing lights or something. I don't know. It was Avis looking for their car. Yeah, my currently stolen Chevy. Captain Ron. Hell yeah, brother. Don't always watch the stream, but here's a few bucks for the Red Bull. Thank you, mate. Right. I'm about to finish my salsa and chips. Well, I've about had enough. If I'm worried about my diet, trust me, I do not eat like this here, but I just need things that will survive in the hot car all day. And Shabbat today, everything closes at 1500, 3 o'clock. So I was like, fuck, this will do. Because I'd gone to the shop at 5 too. Willie, you worried about Hezbollah? Are their rockets more accurate and are they a bigger threat? Family is in northern Israel myself. First, I hope your family's safe. Yeah. Hezbollah is a far, far, far bigger threat than Hamas. Hezbollah have properly made drones, rockets, heaps of ATGM, manpad. Hezbollah is a factor of 10 times more powerful than Hamas is. That's a real threat. And the territory up there is better for them too in the mountains. I really want you guys to see the Special Forces interview today. You guys will love it. Highly intelligent, highly motivated, really, really good guy. Which, yeah, you can tell the real hard operators. High emotional intelligence, good guys. treated to a quick battery change. Thank you, Lior. I appreciate it. Yeah, thanks for your information on the chat, on the private chat. Sorry to blow out all your eardrums to the bag. Sorry. Next time I will bloody. I don't know. I'll warn you. Cheese Doritos and French onion dip. Sure. So, yeah, it's surprisingly quiet here right now, as it wasn't before. Not very long ago, it wasn't quiet at all. Did you get any video or photos of the area that was hit? Yes, I did. They're on my Telegram and on my YouTube community page thing. And I'll take you around there in about an hour, and I'll show you exactly what happened. Willie, I'm scraping pennies up to help with the engagement ring. Oh, God. Carmen Evans, thank you. So, a lot of the news has really slowed down. Like, as we know, like in the beginning of this, so much is coming. But some bits and pieces are slowing down. But more and more will come, especially as more movement into the city is made. We're getting photographs as well that the Israeli ground forces in Gaza are starting to dig up the tunnels with like excavators, and as they're digging up, they are finding dead militants as well that the tunnel has like collapsed on top of. Because that's the thing with these tunnels, they can either be the greatest fighting positions of all time or just death traps. That, you know, if it gets shut off and they just leave you in there, well, that's no good. Trey just reposted the moment of impact. Right, I'm going to have a look on that. I don't know why Twitter doesn't bring up, like, because I follow Trey, but it doesn't bring that up like first. Let me have a look. Oh, you can hear it. Yeah, so they had very little, like, had no time between hearing it and then it actually striking. So the journalists here should be counting their lucky stars. They're insanely lucky that nothing hit them. Mark Fitzgerald, brother, thank you. So Shabbat was ceasefire. No. The tweet is on Trey's Twitter. Trey, Trey Yingst. So Yingst, I believe. If you type in something like that, it'll be close enough. Yingst, yeah. Evening, how's it been today? Well, interesting. I missed a lot of what happened today because I didn't get to sleep until 5:30 last night either. So I had some editing, so I missed most of the morning. Then we had the strike here, but I was out interviewing, and then we had, when the strike hit here, for like the half an hour after that, or 45 minutes after that, huge amount of strikes back into Gaza. I think it's a bit of like a don't fucking bomb us again. But currently now it's been a little bit quieter, but not too far off this time last night is when things did start picking up again, so we will see. So Alexander Bock saying leave your helmet on. Thank you, brother. Appreciate that. From Germany. The guys bothered you at all last night? No, once they left, they were alright. They were just drunk, young lads. Bama TJ. Cheers, brother. Cheers, mate. Willie, how close do you think you could probe into Gaza there, and let's get a bit closer? Any closer than this, you're at real risk. Remember, the Israeli military uses... A lot of people who have never been in the military don't realise how good surveillance equipment actually is. And if you see some guy in black body armour walking through the trees, yeah, probably not great. There's no way to hide from all that surveillance, thermal, snipers, everything. Just like when people got on the rooftops, within 5 minutes, snipers are already looking at them. So, yeah, no. It's not going to be me probing into Gaza to get shot. Media has a responsibility to be, has some responsibility still to be, like, clued on about what's going on around them. So I won't put me or anyone else at risk. Have I heard any sniper rounds? We believe the other day we did, when the fighting was a lot closer. We did hear some individual rounds kicking off, but that was about a week ago. When you're in these places, what type of humanitarian aid do you see most? Well, I never see all the companies that you see advertising. I never see them. The only people I've ever seen, like in war zones or humanitarian disasters, doing shit is World Central Kitchen. That's literally it. The only person I saw out in the eastern Ukraine was World Central Kitchen. The only people I saw in Turkey was World Central Kitchen. That was it. Combat line moved. Yeah, of course, because they've done the push into Gaza. So the combat line has moved significantly in. No, I don't see the Red Cross or the UN. Never. Yeah, so as of about 36 hours ago now, northern Gaza has been completely cut off. Israel has successfully pushed basically straight through the guts and cut off the north, and they've pushed on the northeastern corner and in the corner as well. So basically cut off and are now besieging that whole area. And no, I cannot get closer safely. This is the edge of where they'll let the media. This is why the Israeli media and all the big media are here. If you want to come and get closer, you guys can come and get closer. But if the Israeli media, if this is as close as their local media is getting, or domestic media is getting, that's, I think, a good indication that this is it. As well as if we go off this position, we're down in low ground, and you're going to see even less. I'm curious, what does it smell like? Cordite all over. Is there smell, dust, whatever? Just looking for feel. Then at the moment, because the wind is at our back, there's not much. But a lot of the time, you can smell the cordite and just burning, because everything's burning, of course, in there, like wood burning. So you smell a lot of burning, a lot of like fuel burning. But at the moment, it's actually pretty clear. But it's just because it's got a bit of breeze. Okay, we are hearing more small arms kick up. No, my body armor is not level 4. My body armor is level 3+. Victor, shalom. Shabbat shalom, brother. Does the military let journos in bed with them? No. Well, when I'm not saying they won't, but currently no. The photos you're seeing of in Gaza currently, those photographs are from like military photographers, like in the IDF. There is talk about embedding, about some certain journalists embedding, but I haven't seen it yet. That said, the IDF still hasn't even accredited me, although multiple people who are high up here have pushed for it. So they're definitely not going to embed a non-accredited person, which is fair enough on that, but it's stupid that I'm not. But it is a pity that they won't like embed, like, you know, I'm completely willing and prepared to embed with a unit and do everything, no matter what, no matter what they do, and bring that story from the ground, and as well get my footage cleared or whatever they want to do for OPSEC purposes, as well as I've got actual experience in the military on the ground, so I understand, you know, movements and whatever, and to look after myself and of course the OPSEC, PERSEC stuff as well. So it's a pity that, you know, there's not even any opportunity for someone like I either, and they won't even accredit me. Is there a fair chance for the right connections to get you accredited? Trust me, I've got the best connections ever trying to help me with that, and it's not happening. Unable to send a super chat. Okay. What are your thoughts on pumping seawater into tunnels? I'm not sure if it is actually doable. It's not like it's a one tunnel system. It's going to be multiple systems, but it's also going to depend on where the hostages are as well. Because people will say, "Oh, you know, they're not negotiating for hostages at all." They're not willing to do anything. That's, I believe, bullshit. Especially with the foreign nationals, there's still going to be a lot done to try and pull those out. No drunken locals. No, there is one guy getting around. You would have heard him before. And Trey does. Someone said it only shows the aftermath. No, it doesn't. His video might, but he retweeted one that shows when the strike took place. Well, the reason the footage of the strike's not going to be great is because it happened behind all the journos. It would have come just over their head and happened behind them. So, can hear the outgoing artillery. No, I'm not looking for an intern. I only floated the idea, but people have been sending me resumes and shit. I never said like I'm actively looking. I just floated the idea. I had a few people like send me like, "This is the flight, you need to book me," and I'm like, "What?" like I had people like fully send me like, "Book me this flight and book me this hotel, and I'll come and be an intern." I'm like, I mentioned it once. Jets in the air. Can you see the missiles that come from Gaza, Willie? Yes, if you go back a little bit on the stream, you will see the missiles that came out from Gaza. We see missiles coming out from Gaza all the time. Hello, Chris from Canada, mate. Hope you're doing well. We got flares up on the far left. Willie, you've got an awesome chat and no mods. Shows how good the community is here. Yes, we did occasionally get the knob in here, but that is alright. Alright, I think I've got a jacket in my bag. I'm going to strip off and put something warmer on because I'm freezing my ass off. I'll be back to the chat in a second. miss me? This is a lot rawer. Good morning, Bradley. From Port Augusta, mate. I hope you're doing well. Cheers, thank you. Oh. I missed a couple of members, but Denise, thank you for being a member, and thank you, Missy and Wallycat, for donating memberships to people as well. I'm sure that they will appreciate Hippie. We will resume the position of the camp chair. It has cooled right off in Israel. Like, when I first got here, it was boiling all night, and the last couple of nights have been absolutely freezing. Missy, again on the memberships, thank you. People will really appreciate becoming Willy members. The longer and longer we stream for, lads, the more and more of the we have bloody more green, more blue little star people than ever because of people becoming members. What's awesome. So we are hearing a lot go on, but not seeing a great deal currently. This actually is a very good view here compared to what we saw last day or so. How do you become a member? I believe next to the subscribe button there might be either a little $sign symbol or there will be a join feature. Do you like Steve Irwin? Well, I think the correct way to put that sentence would be, did you like Steve Irwin? But yes, I grew up right in the Steve Irwin era. Loved it. Thank you, Elizabeth. Really appreciate that. Animal says, I'm late to the party. What did you miss? Missed a couple of bangs, but you did miss that the other spot we're at did get hit by a missile just before, well, not just before we went live, but just before I rocked up. So that's why we have moved locations, at least for now. It had a direct missile strike on that other place. Squeeze a small engine repairs. Thanks again, mate. G'day, Willie. Hope all's well with you. When are you planning on heading back to Australia? So at this current time, I'll be heading back to Australia next Friday in the morning. So I'll be landing in Australia, I believe, midday-ish Saturday next week. So I about think a week from today. So you've got me for a whole other week, unless things dramatically change and access changes. The big change would be if I was allowed on the ground in Gaza. I think if that was doable, like if I could actually go on the ground in Gaza with a unit or even by myself, and however that would look, I would stay. Or if this stream picked up massively, but for now, that would be about it. Colin says, this would be better. Thank you, Colin, mate. I really appreciate that also. I'm just going to be away from the chat for a second. I want to message someone. Fuck. Damn, I hate when people don't put their area. Every time you send someone a message, send them an area code. Like if you're sending them your number. Sadly, it won't work. I'll give you another tip for keeping in the good books with people as well. When you're sending messages by like WhatsApp or Messenger or text or whatever, when you send someone your email or your phone number, don't send it in the same message. Send them a bit of a message. You're going to say like, hey, ring me on this number. Send that message and then write the number, then send it a second message. So all they can do is long press it and go copy on the email, the message, or whatever. It makes it so much easier. Adam James, welcome to level 3 Mega Willy. Thank you. Same thing with thread address. Yes. Make it easy for people to copy and paste. Yeah, I don't know why people are putting area codes. Someone sent me their number and I want to message them, but I don't know their area code. And I can't contact them. Oh well. Oh, saw a strike. Where we've seen those flares. Need to rechange a battery with you guys. You're just going to lose video for probably 5 seconds. Yeah, video's going to drop. Right, should be back. Let me know if that's back alright. It should be perfect, I think. Colour looks different. It might have just the ISO setting that I'm getting you guys on drains a shitload of energy. So I'm guessing the colour is just because it's a fresh battery in there. but I could be incorrect also. We are hearing a lot of bangs. You're hearing them, just not seeing too much at the moment. I just had a mate message me who works for another team. He's like, "Oh, it's relatively quiet tonight, considering." And I was like, "Yeah, no." We are hearing small arms though still, so we're still within. The wind's now back too, so that will be blowing the sound off us a bit. So we are still hearing that. Hey, shaggers. Quiet before the storm. That's what we've been thinking now for. It's literally what we've been thinking for fucking forever now. For weeks now. Been like, this is the quiet before the storm, quiet before the storm. We may never see the storm. We may never see like this all balls to wall offensive sort of act. We may just see these small like pushes in there and there. Sort of, this is what we thought with Ukraine, with their offensive. We thought that their counter-offensive then became the offensive. We thought on their spring offensive that we would see sort of an all one massive push, and we never saw that. We just saw like small little bits and pieces in areas. We may see similar here. Paul in Scotland, thank you, brother, offering up his place for me to stay at. Appreciate that. I tell ya, in this chat, the most people are either Scottish or German, so shout out to them. Belgium. Well, mate, we all can't be perfect, can we? No, I don't not like Belgium. I went there and it's like, it's really pretty. I was just taking the piss out of you, but it is pricey. And I think you've got like the highest taxes in the world, don't you? Doesn't Belgium have some silly like 70% inheritance tax or something? Whew, rough. But yeah, right where you're from. Put in where you're from. Just for the next minute or so. Right, so we are seeing continuation of some strikes. Much action tonight. It is reasonably quiet considering. Just as I pulled up, I wish I got the stream set up just 5 minutes earlier, because there was a lot of heavy bangs like we saw 6 or 7 nights ago, heaps of it, but now a fair bit quieter. No, that was just a truck with some lights. Don't worry about that. So the lights, you can just see, because there's a bit of wind, because the wind is like offshore wind currently, you can see, well, you can see how much clearer over Gaza it actually is today, just with that little bit of breeze blowing the smoke, blowing all that away off that area. So we have a lot better visibility. As you can see out to the left, you are seeing some strikes there. So it has improved for us. You follow or like American football? It's not that I dislike it, but I don't follow it. I've never really watched any American football. That said, I do regret not going to an American football match whilst I was in the US. I do regret that. I missed your super chat, GMA Daniels. Thank you, bro. Willie, thank you for doing this stream. Please stay safe. No, thank you for being here, brother. And thank you for the old super chat. Remember, guys, the best way to support this stream, support me sitting out here and sometimes putting myself in reasonable danger, is by the PayPal. And then the super chat feature is the best way, as I wish I could rely on the ads on this, but YouTube has demonetized, sadly, the advertisements. So yeah, thank you guys very much. And the best free way is to like the screen, well, like the stream, or maybe even share it if you want to do that. But otherwise, thank you. If you can hear that drink opening, that is my first Red Bull of the night. I hope I don't have like a withdrawal when I get home off eating shit food and drinking energy drinks. Willie, do you like fishing? Not really. I like shit talk. I've only been fishing a few times in my life. I went fishing with my pop when I was a little kid, and I cherish those memories. I went fishing with Rob, but it was more about shit talk. But I did catch a fish. I've got someone who might be offering me a better location for a stream. Guys, I might be shutting down the stream quickly. We may be shutting down the stream very quickly and moving to a better location. Shannon, thank you on the old PayPal. Oh shit, I'm getting sent a fucking audio message. You guys can't listen to this. It'll probably because it'll get me cancelled, the person that sends me this. He's probably listening to the stream right now. You can't ride passenger because of just the spot. Right. Right. Where is that lock? Okay, guys. Firstly, thank you, Denise Cheney. I really appreciate that PayPal donation. That is going to be the final one of this stream. Right. Yeah, guys, I'm going to be back in, look, I want to say 10, 20 minutes, but it's probably going to be 30 minutes after I shit talk. But I'm being told that we're about to have a way better view. So, let me just pack up everything, eh? Smash this old Red Bull. Right, guys, when the thing goes down, make sure you come back, and when you come back, make sure you hit the super like. Make sure you hit like. Super like, I must be thinking of fucking, what was it, Tinder? I'll see you guys in a few minutes. Bye-bye.